Good morning, guys. I hope you're doing well. Today is day one of our reading lesson plans. You will find them on the internet on the Columbia County ccboe.net webpage. If you cannot find them, contact me through email and we will get them to you. Or either you have a hard copy at home that you're looking at. So I just wanted to go through day one and show you what you're doing. So if you need to gather your things, pause the video and come back, and I'm gonna go over each thing you need to do today on day one. All right, so I'm gonna start. The first thing just says to read a book of your choice to yourself for 10 or 15 minutes. I encourage you to read out loud. That helps. It helps you to hear your errors if you make errors, and it just helps you to read more fluently. So read that out loud to yourself if you can. All right, the next thing says to use the story Fern Germs, and it says to go through and highlight, or if you don't have a highlighter, you can underline it, the words containing ER. And we know, and we've learned in our class, that ER makes the sound. So I want you to find that story. It looks like this. It's called Fern Germs, okay? So you're just gonna go through, first of all, in our title, we have an ER in the word fern. We have an ER in the word germ. So you're gonna underline both of those. Go through the whole story and underline every word that has an ER. Now, when you underline it, I encourage you to say that word and use the sound while you say it, okay? Now, after you've highlighted, the plans say to read the story and answer the comprehension questions. Now, I would encourage you to read the questions first. It's always helpful to have in your head already what you're going to be looking for as you're reading. And I would underline the answers as I was reading too. It makes it a lot easier. So after you've read the story, go through and answer these questions. Remember to use complete sentences when you're answering with a capital and a punctuation mark. Okay? After you have done that, the next thing is to take list number one. This is what list number one looks like. And if you look in the corner, it says list number one, ER. These are ER words again. So what you're going to do is you're going to read this out loud to someone. It could be anybody in your house. Read it out loud to someone. And the first time you read it without making any mistakes, they can put a check mark in that box. And I want you to read it 3 times. And every time you read it with no mistake, they're going to put a check mark in that box. And if you'll just do those sentences the same way, that'll help you with your fluency. I want you to read it with fluency. For example, sentence number 1 says, my brother is under the fern. Now, is there a difference between saying this, my brother is under the fern, and saying this, my brother is under the fern? I want you to use expression. Use that expression as you're reading to someone and practice that. That'll help you with your fluency as well. All right, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take this page that says friends. I know we're all missing our friends today, but I'm glad we can get together on here. All right, it says have someone time you for 1 minute as you read this aloud. Have someone following along and marking errors as you make errors, okay? I want you to go over those errors together and say those words correctly. So this is just like we do in class when I time you. Just have somebody time you for 1 minute. And you're reading. They're going to mark where you stop at 1 minute. Now, you're only going to fill out read number 1 today, okay? These will come later, but today, fill out read number 1, okay? So right here, you're going to put how many words you read, and this over here helps you to know how many words it is without having to go through and count every single one. Then you're going to write how many errors you made, okay? Then you're going to take those 2 numbers and subtract them and put that here. For example, if you read 65 words, let's say you made 1 error, then your fluency for today would be 65 minus 1 is 64. Okay, so you're going to put that there. Now, my guess is you're going to see that every single day that's going to go up and you're going to become more fluent and you're going to be reading faster. But I also want you to know what you're reading. So be sure to go back and explain to someone what you're reading about. Okay. All right, so in our plans, that is the last thing you have to do for day one. See, it's not bad at all. You can do this. you're going to want to keep all this stuff together because you're going to have to turn it in like 3 days after you come back from school. So be sure to keep all your work together. Now, you know all the fun reading sites that you go to on the internet. So show your parents how you get to it. Go to ClassLink. You can go to any of those things to practice. You can go to any kind of app or website with your parents' help and download books that are read to you and books that you can read. Partner read with your family. You read different things together. You can practice sight words if you go online and Google sight words with your parents. Sight words and fry phrases. You can make you some flashcards of sight words. Those are always helpful to practice every day. Play word games with your family. You may have Scrabble or print out some word searches from the internet, or even some crossword puzzles that are on your level. You can even play hangman with your family and spell words. Today you could do hangman with words that have ER in it. Okay, so just be creative, have fun. I want you to enjoy your time with your family today. Encourage your family to be creative with each other today. Go outside, play a game, do some things you don't normally do, and have a good time together. And I sure do miss you, but I'm going to see you tomorrow for day 2.